Adjunct Professor Moran, Microeconomics 112. In this session, we're going to review, for pure competitive industry, short and long-run equilibriums. We're going to explain why short run equilibriums exist and on what conditions that happens, and the adjustment process that brings us back to a long-run equilibrium. We're going to review it on this sheet, and then we're going to practice graphing it on this sheet. Short-run equilibriums occur when there is an economic profit or an economic loss. An economic profit exists when price equals marginal cost. This is true for all conditions in pure competition, and as well as others. It's going to be price equals marginal revenue, price and marginal revenue equals marginal cost. That's going to give us the best outcome: profit maximization, loss minimization, or shutting down. But in the short run, if price equals marginal cost is such that it's greater than average total cost, there's going to be a profit. But when price equals marginal cost results in a price quantity combination that is less than average total cost, there will be an economic loss. Let's look at the conditions for these. When there's an economic profit, price is going to be greater than average total cost. So price equals marginal cost, find that combination, price, marginal cost, go down to quantity, go up until you find average total cost. Price is greater than average total cost. Go over to the axis, price, from average total cost, average total cost. This shaded area is your economic profit because your price is greater than your average total cost. Firms will enter the industry as a result, driving prices down. Supply curve will shift to the right. Price will go down, quantity will go up. The economic profit will be eliminated. This will continue until price equals marginal cost equals average total cost min. There will be no economic profit or no economic loss because price equals average total cost min. But if we have an economic loss situation, then you draw your marginal cost curve, average total cost curve, average variable cost curve, and price here will be go price equals marginal cost, find the quantity, then find average total cost and average variable cost. Because price is greater than average variable cost, the firm won't shut down. But because price is less than average total cost, the firm is losing money. From the average total cost curve to this axis, which is price and quantity, here's average total cost. Where price equals marginal cost, that's price. The shaded area represents an economic loss. Firms will leave the industry driving prices up because the supply curve will shift to the left, reducing the market quantity and increasing the market price. This will continue and it will eliminate the economic loss. That happens where price equals marginal cost equals average total cost min. This is a long-run equilibrium. A long-run equilibrium is such that price equals marginal cost, which also equals average total cost min. There is no incentive for firms to enter or exit the market. It is a long-run equilibrium. Let's graph that. Graphing perfect competition. The following firms or industries are all operating in a perfect competitive market. Illustrate each situation, label graphs. Okay. Short-run economic profit. Now, this price for the firm has to come from the market. So that means that the equilibrium in the market, the X, the center of the X, the equilibrium, has to happen there. So we're reading it from here, but generally you find the market or the industry and take the price and put it over here. Individual firms in a purely competitive industry are called price takers, not price setters. They are price takers. They have to take the price from the market. Going the opposite way, though, if this is the price, that has to be the equilibrium price in the market. Now, if this is a short-run economic profit, we need to draw our average total cost curve. We find price equals marginal cost. Price also equals marginal revenue, average revenue, demand. Once we find this, we can determine the price-quantity combination. If this is a profit maximizing, then that means that the average total cost curve at this price quantity combination has to be below price. So we can draw an average total cost curve which minimizes where it hits the marginal cost and goes up. We can put our average variable cost on this graph as well. It minimizes where it hits marginal cost and goes up, average variable cost. But since at this price quantity, there's your average total cost, go over price, average total cost, this area represents an economic profit. That's going to induce firms to enter the industry. Supply will shift to the right, causing the equilibrium quantity to rise and the price to fall. What's going to happen here is as price falls, it's eventually going to come into equilibrium with average total cost. And where it crosses, where average total cost crosses marginal cost, that's a minimum. And that's a long-run equilibrium. Now let's assume we have a short-run loss. Again, the price has to be, these are price takers, they have to take the price from the market. That means that the market price, the equilibrium, will be there. Because this is a loss, our average total cost has to be higher than our price at the equilibrium quantity. Minimizing where it crosses marginal cost, go up from quantity, and here is our average total cost. Notice it's not a minimum. That happens where average total cost crosses marginal cost. So here, if this is average total cost and this is price, this firm is losing this much per unit on this many units. And the shaded area is an economic loss. Average variable cost has to be below. Otherwise, these firms would be shutting down. As a result, firms will leave the industry. Price will be rising. The equilibrium quantity will be falling. That's going to continue. Firms will continue to leave the industry, forcing price to go up until price equals, I should have done this like this, until price equals average total cost min. So this will be P2. It would have been better to draw this here. S2. And so now there's no economic profit or economic loss. And so that's a long-run equilibrium. So, a long-run equilibrium you have the industry, price, quantity, also known as the market, the firm, check mark for marginal cost. The firm is a price taker from the market. Price equals marginal cost gives you price quantity combination. In the long run, that is going to stabilize at average total cost minimum. Average total cost minimizes where it crosses the marginal cost curve. That's your long run equilibrium. Finally, we're going to talk about why in our next session Pure competition is the best for society. It results in productive and allocative efficiency, the most desired mix of goods and services produced at the lowest cost. Maximizing the use of our resources, satisfying as many wants as possible.